this is the Alchemist Astrologer, and this is your April reading for Libra Sun, Libra Rising, and Libra Moon. So we'll be looking at life, love, and money. So the overall life influence for you, Libra, during the month of April is this Tower card. So this is a month full of surprises, and some of them may not be very pleasant. There's some kind of disruption, and you may find that you're always being interrupted. This could be a month where there is some confrontational energy, some outbursts, some arguments, some quarrels, where either you or others are issuing shocking statements, things that take people aback. So something that you assumed was on some kind of solid footing is subject to disruption, instability. Something's going to come crashing down. Something is going to collapse. And the message here is that you're going to have to reorganize. You're going to have to do things differently. Whatever's fallen apart, it's time for you to focus on that and rebuild certain aspects of your life that are no longer working. For some of you, this may tie to feeling pressured, and to the point that that pressure finally blows. Or you may be dealing with others in such a manner. You may be experiencing a separation or divorce or some crisis-oriented situation, perhaps an unplanned surgery. It could be an illness, or your temper just blows, or your blood pressure goes up. So you are dealing with instability, and you're going to have to, get your bearing on shifting ground. And you may have to give up something that you wouldn't necessarily choose to, whatever that is. Now, for some of you, there could be some changes where you feel more liberated. You're looking for greater freedom in your life, and circumstances may support that. That may be through a divorce, a separation, a relocation, a new job. So there's some startling changes, some profound changes that are taking place. And again, you may feel unsettled or overwhelmed, but ultimately the point of it is to reawaken some part of yourself where you were stagnant, where you were dying, and perhaps where you were restricted and are looking to break out of some form of bondage. Again, could be some kind of damage situation, property damage, maybe something is going on with the internet. But again, you're having to reorganize, and the message is don't hesitate. Get a move on. Get with the program. This is powerful energy that you don't want to overtake you. You want to be part of the plan. You also have dream. So maybe, for some of you, maybe you're getting some psychic impressions. There's some insight here, some psychological awareness. You're suddenly getting some spark of genius, or a connection to source. This may come about through your dreams. You're also having arguments about whether something is realistic. So again, with this moon here, there's something fluctuating, something that's not on solid ground. It could be some projections taking place. At the center of it is room. Now, this may be a room in a property, maybe an apartment, a hotel room. There's a focus on a room or visits, and whether there's a welcoming element where you are. Perhaps you're having a successful meeting with somebody where your intentions are well received, or vice versa. It could be you have some new responsibilities that are taking place within a situation. So maybe this is a new job. Maybe this is an office. Whatever it is, something is suddenly changing. The unexpected is at play here. Now, what's the final outcome? You have the Ace of Pentacles. So this change will bring some kind of opportunity. And for some of you, maybe you're going to meet someone new, or you're going to change your employment or your work schedule. Some of you, maybe you're going to meet somebody through those changes, through those revisions, or perhaps through some kind of repair situation. Now, if you're a couple, maybe you're suddenly going in a new direction. You're planning something. Some profound change is taking place. You're going to have a child, or you're going to buy a car, you're going to buy a home, or you're going to take that dream vacation. But for others of you, something is not on solid footing. You're having to look at your personal spending habits, workaholic tendencies, too many professional obligations, and how it's playing a role in breaking down your situation or your relationship, or blocking anything from happening at all. But this is an opportunity falling in your lap. Could be some kind of windfall where you're planting the seeds of your material and emotional desires. Negatively, if you're in disagreement with somebody, it could be a date that went wrong. It could be, you're overly conscious of something. Could be your weight, your appearance. Maybe something didn't get off the ground. There was a false start, or somebody's being very possessive. Or maybe somebody is emotionally insecure because the moon is here. Or maybe this, again, has to do with some overindulgence, or failure to follow through on some kind of promise. The advice is fly solo. So you are looking for this opportunity to break free, to do something on your own. And perhaps there's some anger about getting your independence. For some of you, there may be pressure to get out of Dodge, perhaps. And, this is going it alone, fly solo, being on your own. Now, your relationship is characterized by control. So there's some control issues, and maybe that's the point of contention. Maybe you're trying to control interruption, or you're feeling pressure to gain control over a situation. It could be that either one of you are being very authoritarian or domineering, or maybe there's some aggression. It could be, though, also that one of you is putting forth more effort than the other person. You're taking control of a situation. You're the leader in the relationship. But usually this is something negative. There's a power struggle here. Who's going to be in charge? Who's going to make the decisions? And someone may be trying to impose their will on the other partner. You also have messengers. So maybe you're trying to control what's actually being put out or received. Now, this is an awareness that comes through hidden sources. Again, maybe sudden psychological insights that take place. It could be that, somebody is trying to gain control, but they're doing it with a shadow mentality. There's some manipulation here, some covert means of trying to control. So there could be something that, you're not seeing, or you're missing, or somebody's hiding something. Could be something stirred up from the past. There's a control taking place through the message going out, the message coming in. At the center of it is this despair card. Somebody feels like they want to just shoot themselves in the head because of what's going on. There could be despair, utter despair, or anger. So circumstances within your relationships are going to test your patience. For some of you, you are taking control of a situation, and you're giving support to others who are in deep need of your help. Now, what is the final outcome? You have the Queen of Wands. So the Queen of Wands is very much so in control of situations. She's a dynamo. She has dynamic energy. She's full of passion, and she's very protective of herself, her friends, her family, her causes, her interests. So you may be stepping up to do that, or you may be coming in contact with someone. Could be a fire sign person, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, or rising male or female, or just the traits of this queen will be important. Your intuition is about to guide you to what to where the next move, the next decision you should make. This is a queen who is attention seeking. Now, maybe somebody's trying to gain control and they're doing it in a negative way. They're, clawing for your attention. Look at me. And they're trying manipulative ways to get notice. But you may be taking control over how that message, whether it's blocked or what enters. Now, you will be perhaps in the spotlight. You will be gaining control of who has access. And it's possible that you will be the center of attention. Maybe that's why you're constantly interrupted or there's some kind of disruption. You may even have people that, claim they love you at first sight. So this Queen of Wands has the tendency to attract a lot of interest, a lot of suitors. And in the positive, these are people that align with her goals, that are interesting, that share the same magnetism. They stoke her fire and her passion. Negatively, this is an attention issue. Somebody is trying to gain control through manipulation and get attention. Now, the advice card is, that's on you. So, you may be taking control of a situation where somebody is manipulating through emotion and you're passing that buck back saying, that's on you, for you to handle. Or you may be looking at the ramifications of your own behavior. The buck stops with you and it's on you. Now, let's look at your money situation. You have this 5 of Swords. So this is a very negative card, prone to errors, mistakes, misjudgment, oversights, as thorough as you may want to be. So, something is not going to go as you had planned. This is my least favorite card in the deck. It's a lot of negative energy. So you may be in a situation that affects you monetarily or at work where people are just not listening. Everybody wants to do their own thing, or there's some form of deceit or treachery taking place with regard to your finances. You may feel as if you're going in circles. You're beating your head against a brick wall. You want something to happen, and there's just so much negativity it doesn't. Could be that there's some situations that put you in a humiliating situation. This is a no-holds-barred, win at all costs, damn be the casualties. So you're dealing with that. The only good that comes out of this card is that it provokes you to make some changes. Something has gone on for a terribly long time. You've been trying to make headway, meeting with obstacles, setback, block, challenge, and you finally decide perhaps that you're going to take control of the situation and do what you need to do. Some things that you should have done a long time ago. So you may start taking the steps to find out exactly where you stand, regardless of what the outcome is, so that you can make some better decisions. So there is an opportunity here to act in your own self-interest. At the center of it is this faithfulness reverse. But regardless of whether this is reversed, this is a card that is positive in either position. So perhaps you're experiencing a delay in what's coming up. This is faithfulness or good news. So there's an opportunity that is coming about in a previously no-win situation where you're going to get a yes answer or some positive results. Again, it may be delayed a little bit, but there could be a happy announcement of some sort. You may be receiving some form of generosity. There are issues of loyalty, protection. Again, your intuition is kicking in, and perhaps you will pass a test. It could be a literal test or some kind of stressful situation. This is about having strong values and good intentions that allow you to move forward and succeed. So some good news is headed your way in a previously negative situation. The ultimate outcome is this 4 of Wands, one of the luckiest, most fortunate cards in the deck. So I feel like that's going to offset this 5 of Swords. This is about perhaps some social gathering, a project you want to get off the ground. Could be connecting to home, family, getting a piece of property. This is about creating win-win situations. And remember, you're going to get some good news. There's an opportunity, although it may come late. This could be like the party's over, or you're finally, getting where you need to go. So you're making some kind of progress. Now, the no-win situation could have been no matter what you did, what avenue you chose, what action you took, you never could please anybody, or you never could, get to where you needed to go. But again, I feel that an opportunity is going to allow for some beneficial changes that you would like to see happen. And the advice is take the risk. That's what's important. There's an opportunity, but you're going to have to step out there and claim it. Now, what is the underlying energy? This isn't necessarily what's happening, but it's what's driving events. Now, what's fascinating is that these are two different decks, and you have a double of the same card. So this card is really emphasized. There's no win situation, people not listening, negative energy, people want to do their own thing. You may even want to do your own thing. Perhaps you want to be left alone. You may find yourself in a situation trying to gain control. Maybe somebody's stealing, trying to steal your ideas, or you're really having to come up with a strong strategy to beat out the competition. Because something is very complicated. Now, maybe the no-win situation is you're dealing with issues that connect to, could be love triangles, office romances, health challenges, children or partners from exes, your own ex that you're dealing with, any manner of situation that is keeping you from flowing through a circumstance easily. Something is complicating a situation. And again, you have double card of Queen of Wands. So Queen of Wands and Five of Swords has doubled up between two decks. So that's important. You're trying to wield your influence and steer matters your way through a complication that thus far has seemed very challenging. But whatever you're doing, you're using your intuition to act in your own interest. Now, you also have this Nine of Pentacles, passion, and wedding. So the Nine of Pentacles is about being single, but you also have wedding, and that's a commitment to another person. So you may be waffling between wanting to be on your own, wanting to be free, the desire to roam, versus being committed. The Nine of Pentacles in this deck, it looks like you have the ability to gain the harvest. The hard work, the perseverance, the effort, your own personal achievement is paying off. So your beauty, your grace, balance, that's all important to you in your life. You're integrating that into your life plan, your environment. You also want to feel secure in your surroundings. And maybe you've tamed the wild side of your personality or of a situation. It could also mean that you're enjoying your own company as much as you do others. This is going to tie to some kind of passionate connection, either someone you're currently involved with, maybe you were on an intimate level with them, or someone from your past that you were intimately involved with. This is passion, but passion can also turn to anger. Something is tied to maybe an actual wedding or marriage or commitment. So for some of you, maybe, marriage is in the near future, or you're simply reconciling two aspects of yourself, two sides of yourself. But this is about commitment. So again, you're looking at something that ties to perhaps good travels or luck that's going to come through your friends or your associates, people at a distance. But there is some kind of turmoil that you have to contend with. Could be some outer forces, some things that you didn't expect that is disrupting your peace of mind or your circumstance. There are changes coming that are due to others. And again, you're looking at change, but some kind of benefit that ties to your security, your sense of well-being. It may focus on crisis-oriented situations, shared assets, things that are psychological, surgery, something transformative. Again, there's an opportunity for you to deal with a negative situation and turn it to your benefit, but it's going to require that you take some kind of risk.